What up, party people? Welcome back. We've got a different kind of video today. It's more of an opinion video. It's how I feel about some certain players we're going to be talking about today. As you can see, we've got some goats in the background. That's right, goats. So we are going to be talking about guys that I think, at least in terms of maybe card value, they're going to be increasing. Some are going to be obvious, some not so obvious. We're going to stay away from football today. Not that I don't like football. It's just those prices are absolutely insane. And yeah, I wanted to kind of stay away from a market that's just going crazy like that. So we're going to be talking some baseball, some basketball, and some soccer, believe it or not. World Cup's coming up. So I think, maybe if you can get some cards on the lower end in terms of cost now, World Cup comes around, maybe you can turn a profit if that's your thing. But that's the kind of thing we're going to talk about today. This is going to be a ton of fun. But before I get into that, I want to say, give the video a shot. This is kind of a new thing for me. Listen to what I have to say, if you don't mind. And yeah, if you agree, comment down below. Disagree, comment down below. Did I forget someone? Am I completely wrong? Comment down below. All right, these kinds of videos, I'm hoping, can start a conversation with people about, what you're collecting, how you're collecting, who you're collecting. And yeah, this could be a good resource for everyone. Hopefully, a billion people see this video. So that's the basis for this video. But I also get to show off some PC stuff, which I'm happy to do. But like I said, we're going to be talking some baseball, some basketball, some soccer. I'm going to have a ton of fun showing you guys. I hope you guys have a ton of fun watching and commenting. And if you do, please don't forget, we want the channel to keep growing and we can't grow without your support. So hit that subscribe button. All right, we are this close. All right, this close to 1,000 subscribers. And we got to hit that mark. All right, that's the next big goal. I want to do something really cool for giveaways then. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this video. And please don't forget to comment down below. Get this discussion going. This is going to be a ton of fun. Stick around. All right, party people, not just fun, but informative. All right. Like I said, we're not going to be talking about football so much. The season's about to start. Prices are sky high for everything. Like I don't like prospecting in baseball, let alone other sports. So we're just going to leave football alone. Maybe that'll be another video for maybe, after the football season's over, when football card prices tend to tank down a little bit, and then maybe you can try and add some stuff to your PC then. Maybe we'll do a video then, but that's in like March or April. So, first guy I want to talk about should not be a surprise. I am in love with that dude there, Mike Trout. This information is up to date as of, well, I think I finished doing this stuff yesterday. So I believe as of yesterday, that guy, Mike Trout, the first stack we're going to go through today. Look at that. 398 home runs is where he currently sits for his career. And this dude is going to hit 400 home runs before this year is over, barring something crazy. He's going to hit 400 home runs. That's going to cause these card prices to spike a little bit. People are going to go, oh, he's hit 400 home runs. They're going to start buying up some of their stuff. And you can still get some of the stuff really cheap. Like, I didn't buy this not too long ago. It is a PSA 8, but I paid $40 for this card. I think now it's worth like $80. All right, but still, $80 for a Mike Trout rookie, not too shabby. This was a bit more. This is about $300, but it's a PSA 10. It's his prospects card. Yeah, never getting rid of these. These are PC, but those are awesome. But a lot of these cards, like this was probably only like $5 or $10. I know these Mike Trout cards, look at that, $3. I love Mike Trout. I've got a ton of those. Like some of these were only like $2, $3 a piece. No. But this, I believe I actually pulled. That's out of $9.99. Yep, $9.99. That's pretty cool. This might have been $15. But you guys know I'm a sucker for patches. And I'm a sucker for that guy, Mike Trout. Here it is. This, I think I paid a little bit of money for, like $20. But these cards, cheap. Even this card was freaking cheap. This was like $10. And that's got Acuna. And it should all be game used. It should actually says it in the front, doesn't it? Yep, game used. There you go. Red and blue. And then this was also a really cool pull. That is at a $2.99. And I'm very jealous. My son has a Mike Trout card numbered to 76 that he pulled. I encourage him to hold on to that. He wanted to give it to me, and I said, no, you can't do that. I think that card's like a $100 card. But not only is that dude about to hit 400 home runs, all right, in the next year, maybe the next 2 years, he will also get to 2,000 hits. I mean, two pretty big benchmarks in the case for the Hall of Fame. I mean, I feel like he's already had a Hall of Fame career, plagued by injuries, but he's going to get 400 home runs. He's at 1,732 hits. He's going to get to 2,000 in the next few years. All right, he's only 34. I believe he's 34. He's got gas left in the tank. He's going to get 400 home runs. He's going to get 2,000 hits. Who knows? You know, moving to DH, maybe that extends his career another 4 years, 5 years. Maybe. I mean, David Ortiz was putting up MVP caliber numbers late in his career. Steroids, maybe allegedly. But Mike Trout could do something similar. All right, there's a lot of potential for growth. And if you're buying the stuff cheap, or if you get lucky, pull some of the stuff, yeah, I think it's going to go up, especially when he hits those milestones. Another guy who's about to hit milestones is this guy, Paul Goldschmidt. Now, Mike Trout has 3 MVPs. Paul Goldschmidt only has 1. But, I mean, Mike Trout's WAR is something like 88. Paul Goldschmidt's is already 64.1. He's got 372 home runs. He will get to 400 either this year or next year. And the dude already has almost 2,200 career hits. This dude is going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not super tied to WAR, but WAR is a pretty good indicator. Most position players, you get 60 and above, that's Hall of Fame area. All right, and he's already at 64 WAR, and he could still go. I think he's 36. He is older. Ooh, that's where I bought it from. I think he's 36, so he might only have 2 more years to go, but he could get to 400 before he retires. That's a numbered one. Like these, one part of the reason why I target these guys, they're cheap. And look at that. That's not the best signature. There's a Paul Goldschmidt. I paid $20 for this card. And I can tell you right now, it's already worth more than 20, especially since it's on card. But there are 2 more. There's some nice rookies there. But yeah, dude's got 64.1 WAR. He's going to get to 400 home runs like Mike Trout. He's already got like 400 more hits than Mike Trout. He's a pretty solid lock. So I've been targeting him. Speaking of guys I've been targeting, I love this dude. Bryce Harper. All right. 2-time MVP. His WAR is at 53.6. But the dude already has 357 home runs and 1,772 hits. All right. He will get to 400 next year, barring injuries. He will get to 2,000 hits as early as next year if he has another great season. This dude just destroys the ball. And he's one of the guys. See, that says 25. I did not pay 25. I think I might have paid like $10 for this. And that might have been too much at the time, but I love him. This dude is a monster. But Bryce Harper, he's another dude. Is paper and chrome. It's his pro debut. Rookie All-Star game. Look at that. This is a Bowman Platinum. I believe it's a Bowman Platinum Refractor. No. Maybe that's just a regular one. But that's like a $20 card. I paid $1 for it. I'm finding this stuff pretty darn cheap. And this month, like, I've been trying to put more money where my mouth is. Got more of his stuff. Got more of other guys we're going to be talking about. But almost 54 WAR. And he's young too. He's like 31, 32. I think he's like 32. He's younger than Mike Trout. So he could have more gas in the tank. Already two-time MVP. He, I think, is going to end up in the Hall of Fame. And I'm grabbing his stuff. The next one is a guy I never really collected much. I do have one PSA 9. Nolan Arenado. But when I started doing this research, started looking around at other players, and holy cow. His WAR, he's almost at a 58 WAR. He's got 351 home runs. All right. In the next 2 years, he could get to 400 home runs. And his stuff is pretty darn cheap, especially for a guy who's going to get to 400 home runs in the next 2 years. And he already has 1,911 hits. All right. Barring injuries, he will get to 2,000 hits next year. He was born in 91. Yeah, so he's like 34. He has maybe a few years left. You know, especially if he decides to switch over to, you know, a DH type of role. You know, but good Lord. Almost 60 WAR. He could get to 400 home runs, and he is going to get to 2,000 hits. Like, that's to me, he's a borderline Hall of Famer. I know he's also like a 10-time Gold Glove winner. You know, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. He's up there, though. He's definitely in the conversation. And his stuff is really, really cheap. Excuse me. Yeah, really, really inexpensive. I think I paid like $15 for it. All right, that was a while ago, granted, but good Lord, $15 for a PSA 9 of a Hall of Fame rookie card? Not too shabby, in my opinion. Next up, we got some basketball. We're going to talk about this guy right here. He's barely recognizable, but this is a James Harden Panini Studio rookie card. All right, this dude is an 11-time All-Star. A former MVP, 3-time scoring champ. And why I think I might be targeting some more of his cards, I really don't find much of them at all at card shows. But this dude has 27,687 career points. All right, barring injury or just being completely stubborn and lazy, which, let's face it, this is James Harden. But barring anything really preventing him from playing and scoring like he usually does, this dude's going to hit 30,000 points this coming season. And whenever players hit milestones like that in basketball, you always see a jump in their interest, a jump in the price of their cards. So I actually have had this one for a bit, but I'm going to start looking more for James Harden cards before the season starts. Maybe, just maybe, I can get him cheap, but he is a popular and polarizing figure in the NBA at the same time. But, you know, I think if the price is right, I'm going to target him because he could still end up as a Hall of Famer. All right, especially the NBA, where they're just making tons of people Hall of Famers. But speaking of Hall of Famers, this guy who's right behind him, who's also a one-time MVP, he is a 15-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champ, and 2-time Finals MVP, is another guy I can never find. There's Kevin Durant. This card I actually paid what I thought was a pretty large sum of money for. It's 10 of 100. It is a home road gamers jersey card. Such a sucker for jerseys. Is not a rookie. I believe his rookie is 2007. But I think I paid like $70 for this card. $50 or $70. But this is so freaking cool. And this dude, like, Harden might be a Hall of Famer. This dude will be a Hall of Famer. All right. He also has 4,985 career playoff points. All right. Listen, in the very, very first playoff game he plays this year, let's face it, if he plays right, you know, if he's not a mental case or on a crazy team, they're gonna make the playoffs. This dude is gonna hit 5,000 playoff points in the first game. Hell, he might even do it in the first quarter of this upcoming season, the very first playoff game. Kevin Durant. If I can find any of his stuff in my price range, I'm grabbing it. All right. I don't see too much. Like when I go to card shows and places, it's a ton of old vintage basketball, which I'm fine with. I'm trying to get more vintage. Or it's just tons of Celtic stuff. Not too many in terms of other players in the league that aren't named Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron. Although, speaking of other players in the league, I could have... These guys were already Hall of Famers. They're already out of the league. But Shaq, you guys know I love Shaq. And his cards, especially like rookie cards and stuff, they are so freaking cheap. Like, I just bought... When I do an August video, you'll see, like, I'm still targeting these guys. But, like, Shaq, his cards are so undervalued for the type of guy he is. I mean... He's a top 10 all-time player in the NBA, according to a bunch of people, myself included. All right, Shaq is extremely undervalued, and I love Shaq, so I'm always grabbing Shaq cards because they're so freaking cheap. The other one who is surprisingly affordable, especially if you're buying raw, is Kobe. Kobe shouldn't be cheap. I shouldn't be finding Kobe rookie cards for like $10, $15. But I'm finding them and I'm buying them. All right, I just, that boggles me because he's also, you know, top 10, in my opinion, player of all time. Absolutely, Shaq and Kobe are top 10 of the last 40 years. All right, let's just go from 80 on. There's no way those guys aren't in the top 10. Depending on who you talk to, top 5. For Kobe, at least. But, like, people should be buying more of those cards. I think it is absolutely crazy that those cards are that cheap. I just dropped something. All right, I got it. The next one, let me put that over here. A little bit out of my element. Because it is soccer. All right. But look at this guy. Kylian Mbappe. He's going to be super cheap. He's actually super cheap right now. This card, not too long ago, was selling for like $60. When I bought it, I paid $230 for this card. All right, and I bought it 8 months after the World Cup. During the last World Cup in 2022, this card was selling for $1,500. All right, so it's kind of fallen down to earth. But this is Kylian Mbappe. It is a PSA 10. It is Prism. It is a nice card. Do I think this is going to jump back up to $1,500? No. But Kylian Mbappe is a top of the world talent in soccer. All right. Do I think it's going to come back up to like $300-$400 during the next World Cup? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to tank back down to like $80 after the World Cup? No, I don't. So Mbappe stuff, I'm grabbing. I overpaid for this. I'm still underwater on it, but I'm also happy with having the card. All right, because I know, like, he's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of talent. All right, you know, kind of like some other guys I'm going to be talking about today. But I actually have 2 of his cards. This is numbered. This is from Top Stadium Club. It's the Night Vision Parallels. It's at a 175, but it was a really cool card, and this will only cost me, I think, $20. So those are actually the only Mbappe cards I have graded. I might have some raw cards, but I don't think they're worth anything because they're not rookies, they're just regular soccer cards. But these, I think, are great long-term holds, and I think Mbappe cards, you're going to see a spike come the World Cup. The World Cup's coming to the U.S. All right, I know the card vault that's down near Gillette Stadium is going to be jam-packed when they play soccer games there for the World Cup. It doesn't matter who's playing. They're going to make an absolute killing selling soccer cards. And if I wanted to get rid of it, that would be the time, because I would get more than what I paid for Beck. I think these are going to jump back up, and you're going to do well if you buy them cheap now. That's my opinion. All right. Some other guys you might want to think about. Cristiano Ronaldo. And that guy right there, Lionel Messi. All right. They're also top of the world talent, but they're on their way out. This is going to be their last World Cup. This dude's already like 40. He's 38. They're not going to be playing again in the World Cup in 4 years. This is going to be their last hurrah. That's a sweet card right there. This is going to be their last hurrah. Whoops. Put that over there. In the World Cup. And, yeah, you're going to see their stuff sell like absolute craziness, all right, when the World Cup comes to the U.S. And that's only in, what, 10 months, 8 months, less than a year. All right, I believe it's summer 2026 it starts. Their stuff's going to go crazy. And I'm grabbing the stuff while I can, in the price range I can. But, like these 2 cards, for example, never getting rid of these. They're really cool looking cards. These dudes are legends. They're sticking with me. Might get rid of that one, though. But, yeah. I'm going to be looking for those guys as well. Now, it's going to be their last Cup appearance. This is going to be his third, 18, 22, yeah, third appearance. He's going to be around for a while. These 2 guys here, actually, not these 2 guys, but Erling Haaland and Lamine Yamal. All right, they're the young guys. All right, that Erling Haaland's really cool. And this card, Canvas Combos. Phil Foden's not a bad player either. Not a bad player at all. And I actually have some of his cards. But you don't buy this card for Phil Foden. You buy it for Erling Haaland. And Foden's cards are really cheap. I just don't think you're going to get the kind of return you could with that guy. The Neanderthal-looking dude who can play soccer like a madman. That's really cool. But Lamine Yamal, young stud, he's going to be around for a while. His stuff's more expensive. This dude's crazy expensive. And it's only going to go up before the World Cup. All right? It's only going to get crazier. So if you can get the stuff at a price you think is okay, why not? All right? I, in particular, holding on to those cards. But could I be convinced to get rid of this Erling Haaland when the World Cup comes around? Absolutely. All right, but I only paid, I think, $20 for this. And I know I'm going to get more than $20 for it when the World Cup comes to town. And there you have it. Guys, look at all this. PC stuff, 90-something% of this. The Trout stuff. Goldschmidt, Harper. The Arenado, Harden, the Kevin Durant for sure. Harden, maybe. The Mbappe. This is all stuff that I really enjoy and appreciate, that I think is also going to appreciate in the value. I had a lot of fun sharing this with you guys. I hope you had a lot of fun watching, and I hope I got you guys to comment down below. All right, yell at me. Is this guy washed up and he'll just be sitting on the bench for Portugal for the entire World Cup and he's going to fizzle out? Who knows? You might. Let me know down in the comments. Is Mbappe, all right, going to carry France to another finals? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. But, you know, I gave you reasons why I'm targeting some of these guys. I want to hear what you think about it. I also want to hear who are the guys that you are targeting. All right. And what's the price range? Like, some of these Mike Trout cards were only a couple bucks. Like, this was like $11. And it's a game used patch. All right. To me, that's great money. You might find that to be way overpriced for a tiny bit of fabric of that guy. All right, I happen to think he's amazing, but that guy. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If you want to see more videos like this, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. But whether you comment or not, hey, whether you subscribe or not, you know, help the channel grow, support everything. Whether you do any of that, you watch the video. So I do want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch all of you guys on the next one. See ya.